We continue our Principal of the Month segment and joined this morning by Mrs. Debbie Barnett. She is in the 5th year as principal and second at Pinecrest Elementary School. Debbie, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Good to have you with us this morning.
Good to be here.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on at Pinecrest Elementary School.
Lots going on. We start Red Ribbon Week this week, which
What's
is
that about?
A drug awareness program, one of the old programs that it's been around for many years, where we just look at emphasizing to our children making right choices and not doing drugs and those types of things. So just a big drug awareness. We'll have a full week, dress up week.
How many kids are at Pinecrest?
572.
And the grades 3 through
5.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you're in your second year as principal at Pinecrest.
Year. Yes, sir.
And where were you before that?
I was at Nichols Lawson.
Nichols
Lawson, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you worked up the ladder as far as your education is concerned as an educator. Talk about that.
Well, I started teaching in 1994. Started teaching at Bibb Graves High School in Clay County. Mm-hmm. I've always loved math. Math's been my passion, and really trying to get kids to understand that math's not that difficult. And you always hear that, I hate math. And so that's where my passion started, was with math and making sure that kids understood that math's not that difficult. And from there, I had some great mentors, Gerald Douglas and Phil Hammonds was our superintendent at the time, that encouraged me.
Some good ones.
Exactly. Encouraged me to look at going back and getting my administrative degree, and I did. And so I actually left Sylacauga for about a year and a half and went to the State Department and worked in student assessment and accountability, and enjoyed that time a lot, and came back. And when Mr. Rivers left Nichols Lawson and went to Pinecrest as assistant principal, I applied and came back to Nichols Lawson, was there for 3 years as assistant principal, and when Gerald decided to retire, I stepped up into the principalship role.
There's differences basically between Nichols Lawson Middle School and Pinecrest Elementary as far as students and their looking at their classwork and stuff like that?
I get that question a lot, and kids are kids no matter what. I guess the problems are different. You go from a middle school, a teenager, to a young child.
Right.
So yeah, it's different. It's different, but it's the problems are still there. It's just different, but I enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
Mrs. Debbie Barnett is in her 5th year as principal, second at Pinecrest Elementary. She's a graduate of Auburn University, Jacksonville State University, and the University of Alabama. Where have you not graduated from?
Well, I didn't go to University of Alabama. I actually did some coursework at UAB, so that's where I've been.
That's the University of Alabama.
I earned my undergraduate from Auburn University Montgomery, and my master's degree from Jacksonville State.
Okay. Yes. What do you say your strong points are?
Building relationships. I think that relationships are the key to any successful school. Relationships with teachers first, because if you surround yourself with the best people, then you don't have to work. That's one of your biggest concerns, is those people that work around you. And good people build you up. Good people make a good team. So I really believe building relationships with teachers so that they trust you and trust what you are trying to help them do and to lead them. Relationships with parents. If parents don't trust us, then where do we go from there? And then of course relationships with children. So.
With over 500 students at Pinecrest Elementary, a lot of responsibility for a lot of people, making sure those children are educated, make sure they're fed, make sure they're safe as well.
Right. School safety is important to us, and we spend a lot of time talking to our children about at school and not opening doors and not, our buildings aren't connected, which was one big different thing for me coming from Nichols Lawson to Pinecrest. I was used to spend that one contained area. So, we talk to our kids a lot about safety.
Mrs. Debbie Barnett is our Principal of the Month, and this is National Association of Secondary and Elementary School Principal Recognition Month in the month of October. Finally this morning, how would you like your students to see you?
You think back to your principal, and you think of that old, person who's hard.
He used to whip me with a paddle.
Right. And so, I want my children, I want the students and the teachers to see me as someone who supports them. Our students, if they mess up, that we're going to learn from that and we're going to move on, and someone that's there to encourage them to learn. to be an advocate for them. Obviously reading and math are so important to us at Pinecrest because, we're the foundation. We're one of the parts that makes all those other steps easier once they get into the middle school and into the high school.
And quickly, it's Red Ribbon Week this week, but the holiday season is upon us too.
Right.
What's going on there?
Well, we have, actually next week we have a huge event coming up, which is one book, one school. We're excited. Next Monday, we'll have a school-wide assembly for our kids. And we have one book that we've selected that's a huge secret, big secret. No one knows but me and Miss Green, our assistant principal. And she found this program this summer, and we've been focusing on reading a lot at Pinecrest. And so she saw this, and where it's one school, one book, and everyone in our school is reading the same book. Our office staff, our custodial staff, our lunchroom, our teachers, our students, everyone. So on Monday at a big assembly, we'll have a big reveal. And so everyone's gonna get the same book. And so we're excited about that. We have the 40 book challenge. We're encouraging our kids to read 40 books this year. And it starts with the start of the new 9 weeks. And so we gave the students that information out last week. And we've got Veterans Day coming up. We have our Veterans Day program November the 9th, and we'd love to have anybody in the community that wants to come out to join us. So.
All right, fantastic. Mrs. Debbie Barnett, principal at Pinecrest Elementary School. She's in her 5th year as principal, second at Pinecrest. Before that, Nichols Lawson Middle School. And Debbie, thanks for coming this morning.
Thank you.
We got more Daybreak just ahead.